the style of governance of Governor Oyetola has further endeared him to the masses, particularly the monarchs who have benefited tremendously since the inception of his administration. Also, in the outgone week, Governor State of Osun Mr. Adegbowale Oyetola says he is going to consolidate on the good work he has started in Ikire and to initiate new ones if re-elected for a second term. Governor Oyetola gave the assurance while addressing a mammoth crowd of supporters during a Walk to Live exercise organized by the APC youths in Iruwale local government for his re-election bid. The much anticipated governorship election in Ekiti State has come and gone with Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, declared winner of the election. Declaring the winner, Professor Oyebode Adebowale, the Independent National Electoral Commission returning officer, said Oyebanji polled a total of 187,557 to win the election. He said that Oyebanji had certified the law and was therefore declared the winner. This is Sunday Extra, reaching you live from the broadcasting village of OSBC here at Iliawiye Okebale Oshogbo. Let's first have the main gist of the entire package. President Buhari congratulates Ekiti governor-elect. PDP candidate hails conduct of Ekiti governorship election. Little boy chained by stepmother rescued in Owerri. Sunday Extra reviews the itinerary of Governor Oyetola's campaign train towards July 16th election. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the winner of Ekiti governorship election and flag bearer of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Biodun Oyebanji, for emerging victorious. In a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, President Buhari said the victory is well-deserved considering Oyebanji's contributions to the development of the state and the party. He urged him to be magnanimous in victory in the interests of the people of the state. President Buhari also rejoices with the APC chairman Abdullahi Adamu and the National Working Committee for the victory, the first under the tenure of the newly elected executives of the party. In the same vein, Osun State Governor Mr. Adegbowale Oyetola has congratulated the gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ekiti, Biodun Oyebanji, on his victory at Saturday's governorship poll in the state. Governor Oyetola, in a statement signed by his Chief Press Secretary Ismail Omikpidan, also felicitated the incumbent governor of Ekiti, Kayode Fayemi, National Chairman of the APC Abdullahi Adamu, leaders and supporters of the party on what he described as well-deserved and sweet electoral victory. He commended President Muhammadu Buhari and the national leader and presidential candidate of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his support and contributions to the triumph of the party and its candidates in the just concluded election. The governor rejoiced with the people of Ekiti State for keeping faith with the APC by voting en masse for the party, saying that the outcome of the exercise was a true reflection of their wishes and aspirations. He expressed optimism that the governor-elect would reciprocate the Ekiti electorate's gesture by delivering quality governance and numerous dividends of democracy to the people of the state. The governor also lauded the Independent National Electoral Commission for enhancing the credibility of the electoral process, the security agencies, political parties and their candidates, and the people of Ekiti for the peaceful and successful conduct of the election. Meanwhile, the Segun campaign organization has rejected the outcome of Saturday's governorship election, saying it is unacceptable. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) had declared candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji as winner of Saturday's election. Oyebanji polled 187,057 to defeat candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP Mr. Shegun, who scored 82,211, while candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP Mr. BC Kolawole scored 67,457. Reacting to the outcome of the exercise, spokesman of the campaign organization Mr. Moses Jolayemi, in a chat with journalists, accused the APC of engaging in vote buying. He also accused security agencies of compromising during the election. Dr. Jolayemi said the SDP candidate will not concede defeat, saying the party will meet to take necessary steps. He alleged that INEC is also culpable because the arrangement of the polling booth and the ballot boxes was awkward. However, People's Democratic Party PDP governorship candidate in Ekiti, BC Kolawole, has thanked the people for their peaceful conduct during the election. Kolawole, in a statement today, commended PDP members and supporters. According to him, the race is neither for the swift nor the battle for the strong. He explained that the party tried its best, and even though it lost, the flag bearer for the saluted former governor Ayo Fayose and party leaders, but he was silent at the victory of the All Progressives Congress APC and its candidates Abiodun Oyebanji. Oyebanji, a former secretary to the state government, won with 187,057 votes. Social Democratic Party candidate Shegun polled 82,211 votes, while Kolawole got 67,457 votes. The post-mortem surgical operation on the just concluded governorship election in Ekiti State will tomorrow be conducted on Osheluwa, our weekly current affairs Yoruba personality interview program. Journalists who covered the election and some election observers will be doing justice to the topic. As usual, Osheluwa will equally hook up with residents of some states in the southeastern part of the country for updates on the weekly sit-at-home order and other activities of IPOB and ESN. Keep a date with Latif Agbola as Osheluwa takes the airwaves at the quarter of an hour past 1 in the afternoon on OSBC Radio 104.5 FM. Believers have been admonished to seek redress with God so as to be right on track to execute the mission God has handed over to them right from the day of birth. The Khalifa of Torikatu Satya Worldwide Ministry, Gafar Olalekon Babalola, gave the admonition at the posthumous birthday ceremony in commemoration of the founder of the Tarikatu Satya Ministry, Sheikh Rashid Karamala in Ofa, Kwara State. Our reporter Oluwatobiloba Odunuga, who was at the event, has the details.
The posthumous birthday ceremony of the founder of the Tarikatu Satya Worldwide Ministry, Sheikh Rashid Karamanla, had in attendance multitude of believers from different parts of the country and overseas in Ofa, Kwara State, for the celebration of the life of the founder and how he has impacted the lives of the individuals. Speaking at the event, the Khalifa Tarikatu Satya Worldwide Ministry, Gafar Olamilekon Babalola, who bemoaned the immorality ravaging the world, noted that there are two moments in the lives of individuals, which is the moment of birth and the moment of death. He maintained that people in the world of today seem to think acquiring many properties and achieving their personal aims and vision is the only way to heaven. He added that God has ordained and sent each and every one on earth a mission which should be accomplished before the moment of death. Khalifa Babalola noted that many seem to be enjoying their lives in sin, but have forgotten what God has handed over to them to execute since the moment of birth. He however urged the people not to forget that every year they celebrate their birthday, there should always be a reason to thank God and also ask God if the mission He sent them has been accomplished, stressing that this does not deal with any religious inclinations. Also speaking, the Khalifa Tarikatu Satya Worldwide Oshogbo Khalifa Ayo Fashola Oyetola maintained that the day has been set aside to celebrate the birthday of the founder of the Torikatu Satya Worldwide Ministry, Sheikh Rashid Karamanla. He noted that believers also use the day to seek redress with God and ask for God's grace, blessings and mercy. The event climaxed with prayers and thanksgiving from the believers who expressed appreciation to God for answering their prayers. Uluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting for OSBC News.
As the world marks the year 2022 Father's Day celebration, Osun State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Mrs. Funke Egbemode, has on behalf of the state government rejoiced with and congratulated fathers all over the world for witnessing yet another celebration of the day. In a congratulatory message made available to newsmen in Osogbo, the commissioner described fathers as pillars of the home, who will always ensure that the family keeps standing. Egbemode in the message highlighted the many roles fathers play in ensuring that the society is rid of irresponsible individuals by instilling in the kids good moral values right from cradle. Imo State Police Command has arrested a father and his wife for allegedly chaining his 7-year-old son in an uncompleted security post with his legs locked with 2 padlocks for days. The public relations officer of the command, Michael Abatam, confirmed this in a release made available to newsmen in Owerri, Imo State. The police informed reporters that the 2 suspects are presently in their custody undergoing interrogation and will be charged to court as soon as investigation is concluded. Still on event, business mogul and founder Presidential Hotel Osogbo, Alhaji Hamid Omidira, has passed on. The famous business icon and Asiwaju of Osogbo land died early today at the age of 95. A statement signed by the family spokesman Babatunde Omidira indicates that a special prayer will be held in honor of the deceased at the Osogbo Central Mosque after the Ashri prayer today. It adds that the burial party will therefore convey the remains of the popular and successful businessman to his residential apartments at Omidira Gardens, Osogbo, where he will be buried. The statement explained that further announcements concerning the burial will be made later. Welcome to Sunday Extra Proper. Sunday Extra, packaged by the Governor's Office correspondent Soya Onorinde, reveals the itinerary of Governor Oyetola's campaign train as part of the efforts in ensuring the re-election of Governor Adigwe Oyetola in the 16th July gubernatorial election. His reports.
With the commencement of the second phase of campaign rally for the re-election of Governor Adigwe Oyetola in the forthcoming gubernatorial election in the state of Osun, Governor Oyetola campaign train stopped by at Kuta, Ileogbo, Bodeosi, Ewo, and Ayedire, Olaoluwa, Ewo local government areas of the state of Osun to solicit votes in ensuring victory for Governor Adigwe Oyetola. While speaking at the palace of Oluwo of Ewo, Olowu of Kuta, Olugbo of Ileogbo, Olubode of Bodeosi, Governor Adigwe Oyetola affirmed that he is relentless in his focus towards infrastructural developments as well as welfare policies that impacts positively on the lives of Osun residents. In their separate remarks, Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Akanbi, Olowu of Kuta, Oba Hamid Adekunle Makama, Olugbo of Ileogbo, Oba Habib Adetoyese Agbade, Olubode of Bodeosi, Oba Noreni Abioye noted that the administration of Governor Adigwe Oyetola has been a pleasant and smooth journey for the residents of the state, with incredible achievement in all ramifications across the state, stressing that voters in their domains will reciprocate the gesture at the July 16th gubernatorial poll. Addressing members of the All Progressive Congress at Ileogbo Town Square, Community Grammar School, Bodiosi, as well as Iwo Town. Governor Adegboyega Oyetola re-emphasized that developmental transformations as well as the overall welfare of the citizenry will continue to attract adequate priority for the benefit of all across the state.
Oṣù tó ń bọ̀ ọjọ́ ńlá ni o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nígbà yẹn ẹ mú káàdì ẹ lọ dìbò. Ẹ má jẹ́ wọn alẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ kò sí wàhálà kankan fẹ́ni kankan o. Ẹ dìbò yìí tí ó sí àní àní. Ẹ ti dìbò.
The state chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Prince Gboyega Famodun, the Director General of Oyetola Campaign Council, Senator Ajibola Bashir, Senator Adeleke Oriolowo, representing Iwo Senatorial District, Honorable Yunusa Amobi, representing Ayedire Iwo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, the State Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, Alhaji Karamarudin Bisi Alao, as well as former member of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Ajibola Akinloye, while extolling Governor Oyetola's impressive scorecard in all ramifications, implore residents in the state to ensure the victory of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola in the forthcoming gubernatorial election in sustaining the good governance currently unfolding across the state.
Our chance is very, 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 very high. We are sure of winning the election.
This time around, we are working around the clock to ensure its victory. And we are assuring our people, just like Mr. Governor has told them during his first time to know, he's going to do the same thing this time around.
We hope by 16th of July next month, our party, APC, we are going to win that gubernatorial election.
This one is very clear. Oyetola, he has everything to win this election. And I don't think we have a strong opposition in the state of Osun.
Governor Adegboyega Oyetola was accompanied on the campaign rally by his wife, Mrs. Kafayat Oyetola, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, former Deputy Governor, Mrs. Grace Titilayo Ponle, members of the State Executive Council, members of the State House of Assembly, stewards, and members of the All Progressive Congress from across the state. And Alawo of Awo to receive royal blessings noted that despite incredible wave of infrastructural developments as well as numerous welfare packages for the citizenry within the limited resources recorded across the state, reassured the residents that the administration will continuously explore initiatives in improving the lot of Osun people. Ogiyan of Ejigbo, Oba Omowonola Oyesosin, Alawo of Awo, Oba Abdurasak Taiwo Adegboye, flanked by traditional rulers and chiefs in the area, lauded Governor Adegboyega Oyetola for his unique and tenacious approach to governance, which is yielding bountiful dividends of democracy across the state. Addressing the teeny crowd at Baptist Day Primary School, Awo and Ejigbo Market, of his vision for a greater and prosperous state of Osun, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola maintained that the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential flag bearer has further put the state of Osun at vantage position to enjoy more unprecedented developments with the All Progressive Congress-led administration if re-elected in the 16th July gubernatorial election.
I think we've done very well. We've done their roads, they have been neglected for 25-30 years. We have done the internal roads. We have rehabilitated the general hospital. Yes, natural for people to ask for money. We still try our best to give them more of the dividend of democracy, particularly the areas infrastructure. We have a lot of infrastructure deficit, not only in our state, but all over the country. So we continue to ensure rehabilitate as many roads as we can, particularly during the Senate, by the grace of Almighty God.
A theme equally enunciated by the state chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Prince Gboyega Famodun, the Director General of Oyetola's Campaign Council, Senator Ajibola Bashir, Ambassador Adejare Bello, former members of House of Representatives, Honorable Majid Alabi, Honorable Bade Falade, the chairman of Ejigbo Local Government Area, Honorable Bolahan Ayegbayo, the chairman of Egbedore Local Government Area, Honorable Wole Fawande, as well as re-emphasizing the need for the sustenance of good governance as demonstrated by Governor Adegboyega Oyetola across the state.
Ejigbo people are people that are ready to pay back the good deeds of Mr. Governor come July 16. And people are ready to exercise their civic rights by voting Emma for Mr. Governor.
The chance of the governor, I want to believe that everything is perfectly okay. By having Asiwaju as our presidential candidate, it is a plus for the party at the western region, in Osun State here, and in Nigeria in general.
Doing well to us, which is really to the local government. And where we are now is part of his achievement. Came. In fact, he's a developer to us.
Dignitaries on ground that lent hands of solidarity, including the wife of the governor, Mrs. Kafayat Oyetola, the deputy governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, former deputy governor, Mrs. Grace Titilaoye Ponle, the secretary to the state government, Prince Wole Oyebamiji, members of the State Executive Council, members of the State House of Assembly, as well as stalwarts and members of the All Progressive Congress from across the state. From the governor's service, Saya Onorinde for Sunday Extra.
The 2022 Ekiti State governorship election has come and gone, and the winner emerged. OSBC News Crew was in Ekiti State for first-hand report of minute-by-minute happenings before, during, and after the election. Staff reporter Adeyemi Abodere, who is back from the state, captured his experience around the state for Sunday Extra.
The 2022 governorship election in Ekiti State was held across the 16 local government area of the state on Saturday. Unlike the previous governorship election in the state, this year's election took a different twist, as it was not a contest only by the two dominant parties, the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party. The threat posed by the Social Democratic Party cannot be wished aside, considering the candidate the political party put forward for the election. Ironically, voters in Ekiti State over the years have proven to be unpredictable and highly sophisticated, a development which has forced the dominant political parties to embrace strategies that help in swaying the vote to their advantage. Aside the fact that Saturday's governorship election afforded the people of the state the chance to elect a new governor who will take over from the incumbent, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, in October this year, it also spoke about the strength and otherwise of some political gladiators and power brokers in the state, and set the tone for future elections in the country. Since 1999, 4 individuals, namely former governors Adeniyi Adebayo, Ayodele Fayose, Segun Oni, and the incumbent Kayode Fayemi, have continued to dictate the political space in Ekiti State. Interestingly, the 4 were involved in the battle on who succeeds Kayode Fayemi and preserved their influence. The duo of Adeniyi Adebayo, who is the current Minister of Trade, Investment and Industry, and Kayode Fayemi, threw in everything to install the candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji. On the other hand, Ayodele Fayose, who was instrumental to the emergence of the People's Democratic Party candidate and former state chairman of the party, Bisi Kolawole, was determined to deliver victory for the opposition party. Engineer Segun Oni, who had served only one term between 2007 and 2010 before he was sacked by the court, also launched his comeback to the government house for a second term, this time on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, which was described as the third force prior to this Saturday's governorship election. Fayemi, who is the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, used the election to make a statement on his political strength, not only nationally, but at home. The poll was also an important exercise for Fayose. Having failed in his bid to install a successor in 2018, he deployed everything available to him to sway the vote in favor of Bisi Kolawole. The poll has had important implications for Segun Oni, the outcome of which practically determined his quest of ruling the state again, at least for the next 4 years. OSBC News findings reveal that there has been no visible and open campaigns and rallies before the poll. The candidates of the political parties had devised ways of reaching out to the voters and other stakeholders in the state. A movement ran at Ekiti, the state capital, prior to the crucial poll, revealed the enthusiasm on the faces of residents of the ancient town to villages. My crew traversed about 8 local governments in Ekiti state to monitor the situation and report back to the studio live. The election was due to end by 2:30 officially, but possibly because of the use of bimodal accreditation system, which has reduced the time wasted hitherto in previous elections. Most of the polling centers have ended election by 1:30 in the afternoon, while sorting and counting of ballots commenced immediately. By 3 o'clock, we were back in the state capital at Ekiti, and the focus was on the INEC headquarters along New Inye Road, where the general coalition and final announcement was made. The candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Abiodun Oyebanji, was declared the winner of the election after scoring more than enough votes to dump engineer Segun Oni to the second position, while Bisi Kolawole of the People's Democratic Party came distant third. One positive taken from the election was the presence of the anti-graft agencies, the ICPC and the EFCC, during the election to nab the money bags, inducing voters with money. Some reportedly fell into the hands of the agency.
Many thanks to the audio officer Olajumoke Oladipo, my secretary Nike Oluwogunle, and executive producer Abimbola Babatunde. My editor is Nathaniel Oyegoke, not forgetting to appreciate Latif Agbola and Ridwan Maruf for providing the much needed assistance from the sidelines. I am Temitokwe Olajuwola, wishing you a pleasant week ahead. Good evening.
You are live. You are live.